All right, buckle in. We're gonna go through all the whips. Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Cassie of CassMorganKnits. This is a knitting podcast where I go through what I'm wearing, any finished objects, works in progress, and any new acquisitions and any new patterns that I'm planning to start up. Today's episode, we are going to do the very big task of going through every single one of my whips. It's a lot. Let me start with what I'm wearing. First, what I'm wearing. This is the Shifty. I always confuse if it's the Shift or the Shifty. This is the Shifty by Andrea Mowry. I knit a size 7 on the US 4 needles and the US 2 for the ribbing. This is made in Pearl Soho's Good Wool, and the color olive oil is the main kind of green color that you see. And I used 3 different kinds of spin cycle. I used Truth Bomb, Mississippi Marsala, and Shades of Earth. So I can stand up so you can kind of see the great colors. But I love this one. I finished this, I think, 2 years ago. I would love to make another one, but I think, as you'll see in my whips, I definitely want to make another Shift bandana first because I get a lot more use, I think, out of those bandanas and the cowls. All right, I've got my notes. I wrote all the whips down. My final count is 22 whips. So we've got a lot to get through today. I'm just gonna pull them out of the pile and we'll just chat through them. And I would love your help in deciding if I should keep them or not. I think there's a few in here that I feel pretty confident that I will frog. And I'm sure there's gonna be a few that I'm on the fence about. So let's get to it. Okay, first one on the list is a Jaunty by Andrea Mowry. I literally just started this. This was an end of year cast on. I'm using Woolberry Fiber Co. her Berry DK in the color Bewitched. I'm doing this kind of towards the end of the day, so the lighting isn't super great, but that looks to be pretty true to color. So Andrea Mowry is hosting a Jaunty, make along, spin along, knit along. A lot of, I think the main premise is for folks to spin and knit the Jaunty, but folks who do not know how to spin are welcome as well. So that is what I will be doing. I think it's running until, I think through June. It's a pretty long one, but this is one I definitely see myself finishing. I would love to finish this as part of the knit along. I love the squishy fabric. I really find that I'm wanting to fill a few gaps in my wardrobe, and more scarves is definitely one area that I want to add a few more pieces to. So this will fit in really nicely. So again, that's my Jaunty by Andrea Mowry. All right. Next we have, in my little New York Sheep and Wool project bag that I got this year at Rhinebeck. This is, I'm in the middle of a row. This is, you are not going to be able to see it very well. I'm sorry. But this is the One Love shawl from Joji Locatelli. This was her fall like mystery knit along that pattern that she released. I was doing really well in keeping up with the clues, and then as the rows got longer and longer, it was harder for me to really like keep up with the pattern. So that's why I didn't finish it within the time span of the mystery knit along. But this is one that is going to be for my mom. She's seen me knitting it. It's not a surprise. She knows that this is coming. But I love the colors. This was just like a random skein of fingering that I had. This pattern is really good for those, you know, random one skeins that you have floating around. It reminded me of Wicked because the pink and the green, and we are big fans. And we're actually going to see a concert at the local performing arts center by us in the end of February. So that's really my goal, is to have this finished for her by then, in case she wants to wear it to the like Wicked themed concert that we are going to. So that is Ba yarn in their La Jolla line, and it's tropical, but pink in the middle. It's really nice to knit up. I think that's part of the reasons why it was like so engaging, or it has been so engaging, is it's so speckly. So it's really fun to see like what other colors are going to come up on the needles. Alrighty, next up, this is one that I know that I've shown before, so I won't speak too long about this, but this is the DRK Everyday Sweater by Andrea Mowry. I'm knitting a size 5 in Juniper Moon Farm, their Patagonia Organic Merino in the colorway Mahogany. And this, I love this color. This is another area in my wardrobe that I want to be a bit more intentional about adding pieces to fit like the basic sweater. I feel like when I see like a nice basic sweater out in stores, I like refuse to buy it because I'm like, I can make it. But now I have this hole in my wardrobe. So this will definitely be a really nice addition to my wardrobe as just a really nice basic sweater to wear on its own, or to kind of layer for different seasons. So that one definitely keeping. Next up, I have another one for my mom. This is the Pressed Flowers Kerchief by Amy Christoffers. Such a pretty pattern. She did quite a few patterns with this like pressed flower motif. I think there's a cardigan, a shawl, socks. There's a lot of them. But this is going to be the little like neck kerchief. I absolutely love these colors together. My mom did a really good job pulling these together. These are colorways from Explorer Knits and Fibers on their Linen DK. The purple is called Trailhead, and that bright red is called Heirloom. We got this when we went to a woolen affair this past October for the Rhinebeck Festival. Definitely would love to finish this probably around her birthday. We'll see. We are in the midst of planning a trip together to London and Paris, which I'm very excited about. Both my parents have big birthdays this year, so that was what my mom mentioned that she would like to do. So I think this would just be like such a cute little accessory for her to have in the springtime in Paris or in London. So that's definitely like kind of motivating me to make sure I stick with that and get it on the needle, got it off the needles rather. And in reality, it's not a huge piece. It's like a little bandana, a little kerchief that she can just like wear and tie. So it's not a huge sweater or anything. So it feels manageable to get that done for, end of March, early April. Alrighty, let's do this one in one of my Black Pearl Magic vinyl bags from Miss Shayla. Really pretty yellow with a fun like rainbow zipper. I really love her bags. All right, this is another one that I like saw the pattern. I think the pattern had just come out. I like bought it because I thought it was beautiful. I cast on and got distracted by a few other patterns and projects. But this is the Afric, I believe. Yes, Afric by Rebecca Clow. Has this really fun color work motif. And this is knit in, this main green is Brooklyn Tweed Shelter in the color Artifact. Let me see if I can hold it so you can see it a little better. The brownie red color is Woolberry Fiber Co. Her worsted in the color It's Bread, which is very appropriately named because it is a brownie red. The yellow that you see is Highland Wool worsted in the colorway Yarrow. And then it might be a little bit hard to see just because of the lighting, but there's a gray that's kind of in the middle here. There's a line of gray. That is Quince & Co. Owl in the color Albertine. Yeah, I'm really loving all of the colors together. One of my 2026 goals is to do another color work sweater. So this would really, fit that quite nicely. I'll probably not work on this immediately because I have a few other wintry sweaters that I want more than this one right now. But I could see myself picking this up again in late summer, early fall to wear for the cooler months this year. But I do love it together, and I think it looks really nice with my skin tone, although I'm completely washed out right now by the bright lights. All right, next up, I don't know if I've actually shown this one yet, but this is one that I've started. No, I don't think I did. This was my New Year's Day cast on. This is another Alma pullover by Sari Nordlin. I'm knitting the size 5. And this is in a fun boucle color. So the boucle yarn, both of them are Chelsea Luxe. The boucle is her cozy yarn in the colorway Wildflower. And then I'm holding it with a strand of her mohair in the colorway Favorite Leather Boots. And I had pulled this out actually originally to make the jaunty. And I don't really know why I thought this was going to be a good one for the jaunty, but I started it and you couldn't see the pattern of the jaunty, which of course it's a boucle yarn. So I ripped that out, but I had it wound up, and I don't know, I was just kind of feeling inspired by the colors, and I really love the Alma sweater and how it fits me. So this feels like a really fun, colorful addition. And yeah, I just split the body and sleeves earlier this week. That I imagine will knit up pretty quickly. This is actually one of the ones that I would like to finish this winter season. I think I get a lot of wear out of something like that because even though it's bulky, it's pretty light. So I can get a lot more wear out of it, I think. that will stay on the needles. And I don't know, knitting something really bright and fun during the winter, like the dark, cold, gray winter months, is bringing me quite a bit of joy right now. So I think I'm going to stick with that one. All right, next one is the Lume pullover. I think I showed this one last time as well. I absolutely love this. It's knit in Biche Bouche in their Petite Lamb's wool and a strand of their mohair. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I am knitting through the body. I've got a decent chunk of the body done. I think I need about 3 or 4 more inches of the body before I start on the ribbing. This, I absolutely love it. This will definitely get finished. I mean, I would love to have it to wear like now or like in February, because it is a thicker sweater. So when it gets really cold, this is like the perfect type of sweater to have. But we'll see. It's really just like mindless stockinette right now. But I do find myself like knitting on it and feeling like I'm not making any progress on it. So I think I want to put like a little progress keeper at where I'm at. So just to really like keep track of like how far I'm knitting, because I feel like I'll work on it for a little bit. I'm not as motivated to reach for it because I feel like when I keep working on it, I'm not making as much progress as I am with other projects. So anyway, all of that being said, I still absolutely love that piece. And I can't remember if I mentioned this with the Afric, but color work is on kind of my little like bingo card that I made for 2026 for kind of like my making goals. So that Lume sweater would check that box as well. Next up, I just realized I think I did like all Black Girl Magic project bags back to back, but I love them. Okay, this is the Soraya shawl by Seisha Green in La Bien-Aimée Cory Confetti. And I think this was like the very first release of this fun like dyed Cory confetti in the ochre color. So this yarn is like, I think she first released it like fall 2021. But this like mustardy yellow is one of my favorite colors. So when I saw that come out, I like jumped on it immediately, and it's so fun with all the little tweety bits. But this is a pattern from her La Bien-Aimé's Amy Gilles worsted book, and the designer is someone who works at one of the local yarn stores by me, and they were doing like a knit along for her pattern at the time. So I started it, but as you can see, I did not finish it. It is really beautiful. And I mean, it has like these awesome baubles, some eyelet sections, like lace sections, some cabling. It's such a beautiful pattern. I'm just debating if I want to repurpose this for a sweater. What do we think? It could be a really fun like basic sweater with all the like little tweety bits. Let me know what you think. Should I keep going on this shawl, or should I rip it back and make a sweater? We'll see. I think I'm hesitant just because I don't wear shawls a ton. I find them kind of hard to wear, honestly. So that's why I think I'm leaning more towards ripping this out, even though like it is absolutely beautiful. And I have put quite a bit of work into it. But as I've knit more over the past few years, I gravitate more towards a garment for this kind of yarn than I do for a shawl, because I don't grab for shawls. I have a few that I've knit, and they don't get as much love. So because the yarn is just so beautiful, that's kind of what is motivating me to probably frog this and repurpose it and make a fun sweater for it, or with it. And not even like a crazy sweater, I think, because there's so much going on in the yarn with all the fun little confetti tweed bits. Like a simple sweater would complement the yarn really, really well. So that's where what my mind has been thinking for this, which is why I haven't worked on this in quite some time. But yeah, let me know what you think I should do. But I am leaning towards frogging it and using the yarn for a sweater. Okay, my next whip is, my test knit. This one I'll definitely finish. This is my test knit for Rebecca Clow, the Ariandel sweater. Really beautiful cabling and ribbing pattern in the yoke. Love, love, love this. I've got one sleeve done, and I'm gonna work on the other one. I picked up for the sleeve the other night so that I can work on that. I want to finish both of the sleeves first before I go back to the body and finish the body, because I do have only like 5 skeins of this yarn, which I think should be enough for a DK weight sweater for me. But Farmer's Daughter Fiber, I don't think makes this craggy tweed yarn anymore. So like, that's it. So that's why I want to do the sleeves first, because I obviously want to make sure the sleeves fit. If the sweater is like a little bit cropped, that's fine. I can wear like a t-shirt under it or a tank under it. But I obviously like really want to make sure that the sleeves fit. So that's why I'm kind of going in that order. One sleeve is done, and I will start the other one. And I have, I think, like 2 full hanks and part of a third left. So I think I'll be okay. I think I'll use probably a little bit more than half of one of the skeins for the other arm. And then I'll have probably like a little under 2 to finish the body. And that should honestly be plenty. So this one's definitely not getting frogged because it is a test knit. And this is actually due at the end of the month. So this will like be top priority. As much as I want to work on like my Lume or my Alma, like this is the one that's staying out, sitting on the couch with me, because I got to get her done. Next up we have, okay, this is, oh, I have a few things in here. Oh no, this is all one. The very starts, just the ribbing of a dog sweater. I really want to make Luna a dog sweater. I cast this on like right around Rhinebeck, and I was like, oh yeah, I could make her a dog sweater in like a week, which in theory, yeah, it's not too hard, but I was also trying to finish my ooey gooey, and I was like, well, this I definitely need to finish. I need to finish my ooey gooey, so sorry, Luna girl, you're gonna get to deprioritize. Mom's gotta finish her sweater. So I have, what is the pattern that I'm using for this? It is a color work sweater. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up here so you can see. But this light gray is going to be like the main color. And then I have this pink and orange for the color work of it. And Luna is a beautiful Australian Shepherd. She's a blue merle, so she's got tan, white, black, gray, and these really, really bright blue eyes. So, I mean, there isn't a color that doesn't look good on her, in my opinion, but I think I love that really like magenta-y pink on her, and I think she also looks really pretty in orange. So that's what I'm going with for her dog sweater. My next one is it keeps going and going and going and going and going. Wow. Okay, really beautiful, like kind of Pendleton colors. This is the Bright Here, Bright Now scarf by Caitlin Turowski. This is knit in all Explorer Knits and Fibers Surrey alpaca. So let's see. The colors for this are, this purpley color is Chinle. The green is fur. This is linen. This is tawny, this blue. And then the mustard is pollen. And then this red, it's kind of showing up a little bit pinky, but that is Yaki. So this is, I remember seeing this pattern come out, I think it was like towards the end of 2024. And there was like one of my girlfriends at work had a really pretty striped scarf like this, and I just loved it, and it's looked so cozy, and I was like, as I do, I can make that. So I went stash diving. I had quite a few different like colors of Surrey, and yeah, I thought all of these like looked really nice, and this would match pretty much every like coat that I have. I have like a black coat, a brown coat, a purple coat. So yeah, I've gone through one whole repeat of the chart for this, but as you can see, it's not like super long. So I'm gonna start the repeat over and just get it to a length that I want. And at the end of this, I think I'm gonna, depending on how much Surrey I have left, I would love to add like some fringe to the bottom of this. That's what I'm hoping I could do. But depends on how much yarn I have. I think I have all of the yarn in here. Honestly, I kind of just want to like also work until I don't have any of it left. So we'll see, but I do not want to frog this because this is definitely, again, like filling a gap in my like accessories wardrobe, if you will. And I love the colors together. It is so soft, and I can just see myself getting a lot of use out of this. So it will not be frogged. But I don't really know when I'll get back to it. So we'll see. I think once I get the test knit off of my needles, it's nice to see everything because now I kind of have a mental note of what I have. So I can kind of go back and reprioritize a few of these whips, because that's another one of my big goals for this year is get whips off the needles or frog them. And you know, we're 30 minutes in here about, and I've gone through maybe half of the whips that I have. So I don't want to feel like, I don't know, stressed by them, just like seeing them sitting there, because it's really beautiful yarn. I want to be able to use it and enjoy the pieces. And if there are things that I've started that aren't bringing me joy, like rip them out and find a new purpose for them. So it's good that I'm going through this because it kind of reinvigorates, like my excitement for some of these projects. So we'll see. After I do my test knit, this might be one of the whips that comes back up. Next up, we have, oh, this is a little like Manhattan hat, just like a gray, fluffy Manhattan hat. Manhattan hat is by Tori Yu, super popular pattern. I actually test knit this pattern for her. I think she released it maybe 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And it was like, I think my very first ever test knit, which was really exciting. And it was so exciting to see like how popular the pattern became. She's got the worsted version. She's got like a bulky version. I think she has a light version as well, but it's such a fun pattern. And this was one, again, I was like, I want just like a plain beanie. I have like a butternut squash colored beanie is like the original color. I have a bright red one that I wear a ton. And again, I want like something that's a little bit more neutral. So that was the reasoning for casting this on. And we'll see. As you can see, I went completely rogue and I don't even have these stitches on stitch holders. I ripped the needle out, use it for something else. So we'll see. I might have to like rip all the way back if I can't get the stitches back the right way. It is like a really woolly wool, which is why I think I was like, it's fine. I can do it. It's not like a super wash where everything's gonna unravel on itself, but we shall see. This one I feel like is kind of lower on my want to finish list, just because 1x1 rib isn't like super exciting. But that being said, it could be nice for the like instant gratification of like finishing something kind of quickly, because hats don't take super long, she says, as she has a hat as a languishing whip. Alrighty, next up, oh, this was a fun project bag that I got from Ritual Dyes. I went for like a little solo vacation, solo trip, solo weekend a couple years ago and went by their store. It's really, really cute. And of course I left with some yarn and I got that little project bag. Okay, this is very, very beginnings of a grid gambit. I love a good bandana cowl. I can just kind of like throw on and not think about it. This one I do think I'm gonna rip back. The yarn is so soft. It's so lovely. Where is this? This is the art yarn. So kind of the yellow that you see, or the chartreusey color, is Art Yarn's Silk Mohair in Chartreuse Ombre. And then the white is just like a natural alpaca from Gawler Yarns. They're both like very nice yarns. So I really wanted, they feel very like special, and they were not cheap yarns. So I want to do, I don't know, I want to like make something really special with those yarns. And I thought that they could look really nice together, but I'm not really loving how this is coming out. And you know, it's still early on. I don't feel bad about ripping it out. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna rip it out. First one, halfway through, and we've ripped out one. So this will definitely get repurposed. It'll just sit on the shelf for a little bit longer, and that's okay. I'll find another really special project to use those in. I love the grid gambit pattern, and I absolutely want to make another one of those. I just think I get a little bit more enjoyment using like a color changing yarn for that, like a spin cycle, and I have quite a bit of spin cycle to work through. So I will try the grid gambit again in another color combo. What is in here? Oh, this will definitely get frogged too. This is a hat that I had started This yarn probably looks familiar because I'm currently using it in my Alma sweater. This is the Mouton Noir by Espace Tricot. I don't really know why I stopped working on this. I think I was like, as I was working it, I was like, I don't think I want this as a hat. But works out because now I've got an extra skein to use on my sweater. So this also is going to get frogged. Look at that. It actually feels really good to get stuff off the needles that I know I'm like not gonna get back to. So we're gonna free up these needles, not lose my precious stitch stoppers and project keepers. And we'll use this yarn. Like I'm using it right now for a sweater. I think I have 5 skeins total, and I'm on to the second skein of this already, and I just split the body and sleeves. So it's nice actually to be able to have another skein of this so that I'll likely like be able to make the body a little bit longer. Cause I think I have 3 skeins of the mohair, but you know, the mohair's, it goes a long way. So I think I still have like a third of the first ball of yarn of mohair that I've been using for that sweater. So I feel good being able to use as much of that up as possible. So yeah, that's that. This will get used. It will get repurposed, which is great. Okay, I think we've got like 10 more to do. We'll see. Another one that's getting frogged. Cool. I mean, I definitely already started frogging this because this is literally all that is left of this project. But that was going to be a mini mock neck tee by Jessie Made. I was gonna knit. I love the look of it. I think I was just like not really happy with this yarn, like knitting it on like single stranded. And I have quite a bit of this yarn. I do love the color, but I think I would enjoy it more if I held it double or if I paired it with another yarn. So it's not that this won't get used at all. It definitely will. I think I have, 1, 2, 3, I've got like 7 balls of this. And it's a beautiful color. Like it's definitely a color that I would wear. But yeah, the holding it single was not doing it for me. So frogged, one less swip and freeing up a project bag. So we'll see. I'll have to peruse some patterns for this. I don't know if I'll save it for like a tank to wear for the summer. I think it was just, I think if I held it double, it would feel a little bit better on my hands. And since it's cotton merino, it does make a really nice like summer garment fabric, but we'll see. It's off the needles. We'll see where, what it calls for me to do with it. Okay, next up, cute little small fry scarf. This is by Samantha Guerin, one of those cute little like, scarves, excuse me, little neck scarves that have been super popular the past few years. I think I'm gonna rip this back. I think I'm going to. Love the color. Again, I didn't intend to have 2 rust color pieces back to back, but this is both Wandering Flock yarn. I'm holding 1 strand of their merino singles and then a strand of their mohair. And the fabric is lovely. It's so, so soft. I've made a few of those kind of little neck scarves, and I don't reach for them as much. I think if I made this into like a little kerchief or like a little triangle scarf, that I would get much more wear out of it. So I do still think this is like a fabric that I would love to have around my neck. And I think the color looks really, really nice on me, like close to my face. And it is very, very soft. Even like the mohair, because mohair sometimes can be a little prickly for me, but it feels really, really nice. So this, okay, let's do it. Let's get it off the needles. Decision made. Off the needle. It feels good, guys. It feels productive in its own way. Yeah, this will get repurposed. I'll probably leave them together, and yeah, I'll figure out a pattern for them. But that's kind of what I'm thinking I will do with that, because I think I just have like a skein of each of those. So I think it would be the perfect amount for a cute little like kerchief. So that's that. Okay, this, I don't think there's even needles in here. I remember what it is. Yeah. It's all wound up. It was ready. That's like half the battle, right? Is winding the yarn. Ooh, beautiful. This is Prado de Lana de Criollo yarn in rust, sage, and oatmeal. Again, with the rust. I was really in a rusty moment. Love these together. My intent for these was an Alpine Bloom hat. Right? Yeah. Alpine Bloom hat by Caitlin Hunter, which could still happen. Yes, I think I was planning to do the main color be the rust and have the flower part be a combination of like the oatmeal and kind of have like the leafy parts be this sagey color. So I think it could still be an Alpine Bloom. I believe I bought this with like that pattern in mind. I want to say like Amanda made it. I saw someone make it in like these 3 colors or similar colors, and I thought it was so beautiful. So we'll see. It's ready. It's already in its cute little bag, wound up. But I don't know if this is something that I'll get to this season or not, because I think I just have, because it hasn't even been started, I have a few other whips that I would much rather get off of the needles before I like technically start a new one. So maybe this might be like a late summer project so that I have it for the fall to wear. But I definitely am looking forward to like using that yarn. I don't think I've used that yarn from Amanda before, but it feels really, really nice. And I can picture how beautiful it would look all together in the Alpine Bloom. So that's definitely motivating. Next we have, oh yeah, this is the Coffee Date. Yes, Coffee Date by Samantha Guerin. Really, really pretty. It's just like an all over ribbed pattern in this pretty like taupey color. This is also Woolberry Fiber Co. Her Berry DK in the colorway The Weekend. I love this. I've just split for sleeves, so I don't know. This might be one that could get added back towards the top of the queue for me. It's so squishy. It's such a nice color too. I think this fills that like spot in my wardrobe where I want like more neutral sweaters, but the ribbing of this gives it such a nice texture that even though it's a very neutral color, it's lovely with the all over ribbing. So I'm not going to rip this out because I can absolutely see myself working on this again. And yeah, maybe this is, again, I don't know if it will get bumped to the top of the list, but it could be something that I revisit later this year as I get ready for like fall and like next winter knits. I know what this is. Okay, this is the Ramona cardigan by Elizabeth Smith. This is knit in Malabrigo Rios. This beautiful, I can't tell, yeah, you can see it, navy colorway. This was also supposed to be for my mom. She asks about it all the time. This colorway is called Paris Night, and I didn't remember that. But as I was writing my notes for the show, for this episode, I was like, that might be a sign that I should finish this for our possible trip to Paris for her birthday. So unfortunately, I will have to rip this out. There's not a ton that I've done, but I did not take notes, so I have no idea like what size I made, where I'm at in the pattern. I know I'm still early on and the raglan increases, but I would much rather just start fresh because I haven't done too much of it. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna take it off the needles, but likely restart it. Knitting a cardigan is also one of the tiles on my bingo board for my maker board for the year. I have only knit, I think, one cardigan, and I don't wear it because it was like all over mohair. I think it was like a loopy mango yarn, and I like loved it in the moment, but I don't wear it. I haven't made like a true cardigan because that one, there was like no button band. It was such a big open gauge. But all that being said, making a cardigan is on my bingo board for this year. Cardigans are something that I've been really gravitating towards more frequently in my wardrobe. I don't have a ton of them, but I think they're just a really nice layering piece. So that was kind of my motivator, if you will, for adding that to my maker board for this year. And my mom has been asking for this for years. I think like since I got back into knitting, like I guess 5 years ago at this point. So this, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe this will be the year that it gets done, but it's off the needles, ready to be rewound, and yeah, we'll figure out the proper size for her and get to it. All right, oh my gosh, it's getting so dark out, so that's okay. We're wrapping up soon. We've got 3 more. This is Lamina Wrap by Amba O'Brien. And this is one that I have not touched in years either, but beautiful, like trapezoid shaped or like kind of rectangular shape shawl. I know I said I don't like shawls, but I think this shape I could manage better than like a semicircle, because I feel like I could treat it like a blanket almost. I don't know. In my head, like rectangular like wraps or shawls feel easier to kind of like style for me than like a half moon shaped. I don't know. That's just what my brain thinks. But anyway, these colors are from an advent from Explore Knits and Fibers. This is her 2021 solstice calendar, and I love the colors from that. So I'm just doing like one stripe. One stripe is each like different day of the calendar, and then this like speckled navy in between each of the rows was like the big skein that came with it. I think it was like the last one, the last like big skein you get like towards the end of the Advent. And I want to say this might be cashmere. It's very, very soft. Making something with an Advent is also on my bingo card for this year. So that might be a good motivator to get this off the needles. It's not one that I feel the urge to frog, because I do think it is really beautiful, and I do think there's a space for it in my wardrobe, in my like accessories. So I really love like the lace patterning of it. I think it looks very like delicate and romantic. So I definitely would like to finish that. So that will stay. Ooh, alrighty, this is another scrappy shifty. The very, very beginnings of it. I think probably just like chart A. And I'm just using, I have, I think 3 different skeins of Spin Cycle right now. There's Close Call. It's all scraps. I've done this with my other shifty, and I really like that. It's just scraps of Spin Cycle. I haven't done a shifty that's like, you know, a skein of 3 different colors, because I don't know, I just like using like the bits and bobs of whatever remnants I have from other projects, and it's just really fun. This is leftover Close Call. I want to say this is from a framed sweater that this is Next Level. I think I picked this up at a Rhinebeck a couple of years ago. And then I have some leftover of Mississippi Marsala. This is one that I don't feel the need to take off of my needles, but is one that I'm okay with just kind of like hanging in the wings for a bit, because I know that I love the finished product, but I'm not like dying for it to be done immediately. There's other accessories that I would prioritize over this one, but I do love having that on the needles as an option. I love like how rhythmic mosaic knitting is, so if I need to kind of like scratch that itch, that's that project for me. Okay, I think this is the last one. This is my Wildnis sweater pullover by Fiber Tales. I am making a size 6, and I'm holding 2 yarns together to make this kind of like blushy color. I don't know if you can see, yeah, huge halo there, but I'm holding 1 strand of Jagger Spun Heather in the color Hickory, and I'm holding it with a strand of mohair from Sadness Garb. They're Tin Silk mohair in the color 3553. Hopefully you could see that okay. It's really beautiful. I love the rolled collar, all of the beautiful cabling and stitch work in the yoke. It's really just sleeves and body, stockinette island. This could be one that stays. I think it will be. I love the color. I did a bit of a wonky job on the collar because I think this was my first time ever doing a rolled collar, but it does not bother me enough to take it out and fix it. but I think the color looks really nice on me. It's definitely washed out right now from the light, and I have no more light behind me. I think this is one that will stay, but it will probably be, again, something that I wouldn't work on immediately. It would be something that I could see myself working on for like next fall or winter. But I don't feel the need to frog it, especially because the hard part of it is done. It's literally just stockinette, finishing the sleeve, doing the decreases, getting back on the body, and I still have plenty of both of these yarns to finish them. All right, we did it. That's it. We made it. Thanks for going on that journey with me. I've got a giant mess that I need to clean up now, but that was really fun to go through those whips. Please leave your thoughts and comments and let me know if there's any projects that you think I should frog, or like any feedback. How and what order should I do these? I think number one, definitely the Ariandel, since that's my test knit. And then the other two that have my eye right now are my Lume and my Alma, my Boucle Alma. But would love to hear if you guys have any thoughts on, are there other sweaters that you think I should bump up on my queue? Excuse me. My voice is going. That is my sign to wrap up. But thank you so much for joining me on this episode of walking through all of my whips. And I will see you all on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.